Everyone talks about modern Windows, but if you really want to understand how Windows works today, you need to go back to Windows 3.1. This wasn't just an operating system, it was a revolution. Let's go advanced. First advanced fact: Windows 3.1 wasn't actually an operating system. It was a graphical shell running on top of MS-DOS. DOS handled the hardware, and Windows handled the interface. You literally had to type Win at the command prompt just to get it started. This is where it gets technical. Windows 3.1 had 3 memory modes, and choosing the right one mattered. Real mode for old CPUs, standard mode for 286 machines, and then there was the game changer, 386 enhanced mode. This mode allowed for something called virtual memory and cooperative multitasking, letting you run multiple DOS programs at once. This is the foundation of modern Windows multitasking, right here. Forget the start menu, this was Program Manager. Everything lived in groups, which were basically folders for your programs. But here's an advanced tip. Power users knew you could directly edit the GRP files. These were text files that defined the groups, meaning you could customize everything if you knew what you were doing. Speaking of text files, the real control lived in 2 files, Win, INI, and System. INI, Win. INI stored your user settings, like colors and fonts, while System, I handled the heavy stuff, like drivers and memory configuration. If you changed the wrong line in one of these files, poof, Windows wouldn't boot. It was high-stakes stuff. And drivers? Installing a printer or a sound card was a manual job. You had to configure IRQs, DMA channels, and COM ports yourself. But it was the early support for cards like the Sound Blaster that helped make Windows a viable platform for games and multimedia, setting the stage for everything that came next. Windows 3.1 made PCs mainstream. It introduced millions to graphical computing and laid the groundwork for Windows 95 XP and even Windows 11. Follow for more deep dive tech history and comment if you've actually used Windows 3.1.